Next up, we've got the AFC East, another division who I think is going to be on the rise this year. I think they've got three really, really good teams. I'll go with my predictions. They're up against the AFC South, who I've said are pretty average, and the NFC South, who are just an average division. So I've got them winning a lot of games this division. I've got the Bills in at the number 1 seed. I've got them with 15 wins, not the number 1 seed for the conference, for the division, I mean. Then I've got the Dolphins in at number 2. I've got them on 12 wins. I think it's going to be interesting to see how they go. Will Fuller could be a pretty spicy addition to an already threatening offense on paper. It's just a matter of whether they can put that danger that they have in their lineup onto the park, really. New England, got them on 11 wins. Probably one of the, as I keep mentioning, but probably one of the harder teams to predict. Their defenses, it's not a new look defense, but they've got a lot of new pieces. They've brought Kyle Van Noy back from Miami after a 1-year hiatus. They've also got Donta Hightower back from COVID-19 sit-out fame, which is huge for them. He was pretty frightening in the linebacker position in 2019. They've also added Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, Nelson Aguilar. So they've given Mac Jones some throwing targets, which Cam Newton didn't really have. So you'd have to say pretty stiff on Cam Newton. But anyways, so I've got them winning 11 games. Also, they've got Bill Belichick, which can't be forgotten. And then I've got the Jets winning 5 games. Didn't know how to predict them. They only won 2 games last year, which sort of shocked me. Obviously, a new quarterback this year. They're getting CJ Mosley back from COVID-19, opting out, I guess is what you'd say. He was the second team All-Pro for 4 years straight before 2019. Third game of the season, out for the year, and then sat out COVID. So we haven't seen him for a while, but he is definitely a player of the caliber that they need to improve. And also Corey Davis could be a pretty handy addition for Zach Wilson. He was pretty good for Tennessee, and they were not really possessing much in the wide receiver barracks, were they, mate? They were relying a lot on bloody Jamison Crowder and shit, so not much going there. They've also added Tevin Coleman. Don't know if that should have been mentioned, but I mentioned it, so what are you going to do about it? But what are your predictions for the AFC East, mate?
Saucy, mate. I've actually gone fairly against consensus.
Spicy.
For this division. I've got them performing worse than a lot of people think. Obviously, the Bills first. I think they will go a long way this season. Josh Allen's clearly a god. I just cannot see them getting any worse. And they almost made the Super Bowl. So I've got them 12-5. Got the Patriots second. As you mentioned, a lot of players back, especially on the defensive side. Mac Jones clearly good. Clearly better than Cam Newton was. And they've given him a couple of receivers, as you said, Nelson Aguilar and a couple of tight ends. And obviously Belichick. So I've got them 9-8. Little improvement on last year. And then the Dolphins 8-9. Everyone thinks they're going to be beasts, but I just don't like Tua. Don't think he's, from what I saw last season, I wasn't backing him at all. Hopefully he proves me wrong because I like their team, but that's my saucy call for the podcast. Dolphins 8-9 and then Jets 5-12, same as you.
Yeah, look, I love Tua, so I'm probably not going to agree with you, but I do see the thinking. He's definitely a boom or bust player this year. It could be the 30th best quarterback, could be the 12th best. We have no idea what we're going to get, but come on,
hope
mate.
He breaks down.
They had 10 wins last year, and they played the NFC West. Come on, give him something now. But you are right. He does hold a lot of their potential in his hands, I guess. But yeah, that's going to be an interesting division. Obviously, we have very differing opinions on how it's going to go. Well, how the division as a whole is going to go, not necessarily the breakdown of it.
It's a miracle! Oh, yeah! What about that one? Unbelievable! Balotelli, Aguero! Crowd Cheers. Here's Siddle.